Welcome back to another episode of Red and Dread. Today's episode is for the culture, for the clout chasers. We're talking about the cloud apocalypse and the end of attention as we know it. How you feel about that, Red? You feel like cloud is dying? Do you feel like it's changing? Do you feel like
I think we're going through another mutation. I think the last big mutation was shifting out of the hustler mentality. You know, at some point it did stop being cool to be selling candy bars out of your backpack to your friends at school. Eventually, it had to change, right? It turned into this weird TikTok dancing, looking at a camera cute, like posing, what do they call it, like hitting the blue steel, if you will. I think
okay, yeah.
uh, like I watched my little brother do it. It's ridiculous, you know. He'll practice in the mirror, and it's
Like
okay, bro, over and over. Just keep going. But like I feel like that's dying too. You know, I think we're coming to a generational shift, generational mutation in the clout chasing of specifically young men. Because I think you know maybe women change at a different rate. I think they might be stuck in this dancing in front of a camera thing for a while. Not on their own fault either, but I don't know if we can really speak on that one as much.
so do you like I remember when real, being real and authentic just meant, saying what you mean and standing on business. Like I find it strange sometimes like when people like post like themselves crying and like I mean, I don't mean to sound harsh or anything, but sometimes I just find it strange like if you had like it doesn't speak to like the authenticity of it if you're filming yourself like having a breakdown kind of thing, like
Yeah,
it's
I mean, I'm with you on that one. I'm with you on that
cuz I
one.
feel like it's not about the breakdown, it's just about you like branding yourself, like
Branding yourself as someone that can and will have a breakdown. And you know, maybe that's where we should approach this from. You know, the clout apocalypse, the is a clout Cobain situation. You know,
yeah,
this
definitely.
mindset is definitely self-harming, you know. So maybe we should start from that perspective. The the self-harming nature of chasing clout.
Okay. Yeah, we could start there. So I mean, immediately the first thing that comes to mind is like, it's gonna take your self-worth with it. I feel like the more you prioritize like cloud and attention and you know,
Yeah, it's
people wake up.
like shackling yourself to the whims of something else, you know?
Yeah, people wake up and it's like a morning and then they start negotiating like their self-worth necessarily with like the phone or
Yeah.
social media if you will.
Yeah.
Um
Do you? do you feel like this chasing clout is so negative for us because it's a new pathway for us? You know, the becoming famous thing is it wasn't really an option for a lot of, you know, of existence, you know?
Yeah, that's a good point. It wasn't even like there wasn't opportunity like that for it, like there is now, or like at least what people would consider like a pathway to that. You could love what you do, but until it's like monetized, the internet just says you're just, pretending technically.
Okay,
So like,
interesting.
I feel like people find it weird if like for example, if someone's just doing something for the fun of it or just because they enjoy it, it's weird to them. Like, oh, you're not trying to get monetized. Like, that's weird. And you're like, I don't find it weird. I just find it, I'm just doing something that I enjoy.
Yeah. Yeah, thinking from that perspective, do you think that there is a group of young men that have tried to monetize and like clout out their own dating life? Like, is there somebody that live streams their dates?
That's a good question. I have no doubt there is someone that live streams their dates.
Yeah, I feel
I mean,
like I feel like I didn't do enough research in this direction. To tell you the truth, I didn't research actual like clout
we
chasers.
find out, we'll find out in 2 seconds.
I'm over here researching like psychological like system systems, thinking I'll find something out, and over here, no, I should just be watching some dude let his chat say something racist to a girl he's on a date with. Like,
Okay, so people, that would be fun.
I could like like I'm sitting here thinking about it. I guarantee you that this is a thing.
So people live stream their dates on various social and dating platforms like Meet Me, EME Hive, Tagged, Zeus, and You Now. Often features like video dating or speed dating games to include an audience. An audience?
Okay, okay. Well, here's what I do. I do remember people doing like live streaming their dates during COVID, right? So maybe this is grown from that,
Okay,
like
fair enough. But viewers can watch, comment, and send virtual gifts to the streamers, participating in a form of live public dating.
yeah, like
Damn.
I've seen videos of, people I know on a video date during like, the first summer of COVID, trying not to go outside, but still trying to, meet people and go on dates. And I mean, it is kind of crazy to like see a girl on a date and then see her look down at her friends commenting on the date live.
I
It's
mean,
like, now ask him about what the fuck he's thinking about with that hair, because like seriously, like he thought he was gonna come on here and do that. It's like I understand the appeal. I understand the appeal, but maybe not necessarily like just gifts and stuff. I don't know if I'd want like, could you send me a drink? Like see
right?
now could you c- now
So
that'd be a fun bar idea.
Right? Might be onto something there. So they have these
Speed
shows on
dating with
Twitch.
chat.
Yeah, with chat live. So they have these shows on Twitch, um, where you can like watch this live
Hmm.
dating. They have like live blind speed dating shows and just regular streaming like stream dating shows. It's pretty YouTube.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, they have quite a bit. Dating shows
Okay. So
playlist.
I think them having so many outlets, it might be part of this. So one of the big things that like I feel like the way I think about clout is that it is like a stream of attention, right?
Right. Agreed.
If clout is just a stream of attention, that means when there's more like capillaries, there has to be less pressure. So because now there's so many ways to try to gain clout, unless you're spread out across each of the capillaries, you're not going to feel the same pressure of the clout that you once could.
Okay. I follow. That's a good point. So it needs to be like it's like about evenly dispersing or like even
Maybe.
like application.
Yeah. Like let's say I have a link tree, right?
Okay.
I think that's the whole idea of a link tree is to say, okay, well, I want all of my clout potentially moving through my link tree to one of my 4 or 5 different capillaries.
Ah, okay. So it all gets
But
collected at the link tree and then dispersed to said capillaries. Like,
I think that's the idea. I think that's the idea. Trying
yeah,
to defeat
makes sense.
the more like mess that can be created if you don't have something like a link tree.
Yeah, that makes sense all in one place. Yeah, makes sense for a system.
Yeah.
Because if you want the clout, you got to post, like consistently.
Yeah.
Got to monetize that thing. The real master in it all is the algorithm, if you think about it.
Okay. Okay. Do you feel like the
Well,
algorithm is killing the current state of clout?
yes, I would say yeah, because you don't have to be like a huge influencer or something like to chase clout, you know? All you need is like social media.
Okay. Okay.
Cause you got people on here ranting and raving about their life, they're upset, which is, their choice to do that. But I'm just saying, and then you got people with passive aggressive LinkedIn posts. You know, you got that aunt that discovered TikTok and now she thinks she's like an oracle or something. They're all basically playing the same game.
Okay. Do you think that there's some people that are trying to stop that? Like, do you think AI is like anti-clout?
No.
No.
I don't think AI is anti-clout, at least not intentionally. If it is, I mean, I'm not saying it isn't, but if it, I believe it's more for, um, well, it depends what type of AI, but like it's more for clout, like AI videos and things like that, and like AI voiceovers and AI photos and things like that's, you know.
Okay. Okay. But do you think that that's maybe what's leading to like a death of that culture because everyone can go, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna post this photo of like airbrushed tits and like muscles sticking out of my pants." You know what I mean? Like there's so much of that like that the clout can't get to the people that are real.
Oh, that's a good, possibly, that's possible. It's like, but even then, I feel like, it's still hard to like stop, even with like if they're being overshadowed, it's still hard to stop people from like doing it or like
Yeah.
feeling that, like regular people, you see like these long ass posts where like people will be like, I don't usually like do this, but it's followed by like a 7 paragraph essay on like why they quit their job, like, or something like that. And at the end, it's like, if this helps one person, it was worth it. And it's like, what? Yeah, I don't know, like, to me, that's like cloud chasing. Like, you're not, people, they just get bored and we all have access to this platform. So, you know, it's like people at
Okay.
the gas station taking pictures with like a rented like car. It's not really your car, which is fine, but you try to imply that it's your car sometimes. So it's like that's a clout thing, and I feel like
Yeah.
it's hard to stop people from doing that, even though like AI can like do it better or make it seem better. People will still use that to their advantage.
Do you know who Wes Watson is?
I do not know who Wes Watson is.
So Wes Watson is a is like a long time like old school prison YouTuber who lots of people claim like he lied about like his prison sentence for clout and
Oh,
lied
damn.
about him being a shot caller for clout, all that stuff.
Right.
And you saying the rented cars at the gas station, like somebody posted like in the rented car that he was in being like repossessed. And do you think that like something that is like, oh yeah, like a kind of like a bites you in the ass, like if you are a clout chaser, like does that do damage? Is someone like when you are like chasing clout, is there anything that can do damage to you? Like I understand like, oh yeah, like I'm a like big time scammer or something like that, and it turns out like you're not. Obviously you're a liar, right? But
Right. I mean, that's a good question. I actually did a dread report on this, like, broke but dripped out. So if you haven't peeped that yet, go ahead and
mm,
go back and check that one out, everybody. It's not, the point I'm making is pretty decent point. So yeah, go back, check that out. But I feel like it's like that psychology of like luxury and poverty
Mm.
a little bit. Like we're broke, but I'm dripped out. I'm dripping. Like, I don't know. Like,
What do you think that is? Broke but dripping.
I feel like it's a, I'm not sure how or where it started
Mm.
necessarily, but it's this obsession or like desire to portray wealth when you're not wealthy, I guess.
Mm.
And sometimes too, it's like people that are less fortunate, they try to portray wealth more than like someone that actually has wealth. You might see like a billionaire, and he's got like jeans and like a t-shirt on and like, I don't know, some whatever shoes versus like, I don't know, someone that just makes, I don't know, a couple $100,000 a year. They might have like a bunch of jewelry on and more like designer clothes. And it's more like you could tell they got money or they're,
Yeah. Do you think that there's this perceived idea that other people thinking you have money brings? Like, if people thought I was Bill Gates, they might treat me better, right? Do you think it's
yeah,
like,
I think it's a mix of that. It's a mix of how you're like perceived by society, more so like your peers.
okay,
And also a mix of like ego, like it makes you feel good because that's what, more than likely, that's what you're idolizing or you're putting that like on a pedestal. And that's why you're mimicking like kind of what you want or what you like or what you potentially kind of want to be. But I feel it's funny because people gain, to me, people do gain like these little like parasocial bonds with, say, like, I don't know, 100 to 200 people, like a very small following. And then, or like even a smaller group within that group, they'll like religiously like follow a person.
do you think
So
that and that's obviously worth the clout chasing for some people?
yeah, like that's enough. I feel like it's enough just that you have a certain amount of people's attention.
Okay. Do you think that number is going down?
Yeah, I would say yeah.
Okay.
Cause I feel like it's hard. Like it takes stamina to like do that every single day and be like on top of everything and like posting and trying to stay like relevant, if you will. Like that takes, it's a lot of stamina to do that day in, day out, day in, day out,
Yeah.
and live your life on top of that. Like,
Okay. Do you think there's a
you know,
difference between like micro clout trends and macro clout trends? Like there's something that will always like bring clout, and that's like fighting, right?
yeah,
Yeah, um like the Paul brothers, right? I feel like they've moved out of micro clout to macro clout on purpose. I think they recognize that, us getting punched in the face will always bring us clout. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Do you think that
that's
there's
fair.
do you think there's more aspects of of the clout chasing community like that?
Yes, I think clout has a way of making people creative in like the worst way.
Hmm.
You know, it's everywhere. It's there's like a dark side to it, you know. But in a way they're smart for like using it to their benefit. They don't, you know, they know that that's what draws. Like they've been smart enough to look at the numbers and are like, yeah, this is what draws, you know. It's like a casino, like the house
Yeah.
always wins.
Okay, that's maybe that's a good. Do you think that there's a way that chasing clout always wins? Like, is there a cheat code? Is it getting
Well,
punched in the face?
I think I mean it could be depending on the person, but I think like it's about I would say the house is almost like the algorithm and like, you know, you walk in and you think you're gonna it's gonna go one way, but then next thing you know, you've kind of like you've conformed to what you think needs to be done to get like
Hmm. Okay.
what you need. Like your 15 seconds of fame. It's not really 15 seconds, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So,
Like it
do,
seems like it doesn't cost anything, but it kind of does cost. Like
okay. I think I get what you're saying. Like, there's really no escape from the meat grinder that is the algorithm if you're chasing clout, and you kind of just have to like see if you can make yourself get through it.
yeah,
Yeah.
like
Okay.
yeah, exactly, exactly.
What's the current clout chasing thing that you're going to be happy with being gone the most?
Well, I would say like the less like people are cloud chasing, it's the less like lies and stuff that are being like told. You know, like
Okay.
a lot of things for clout are fake. And so like people will straight up like sell lies like to get clicks or whatever, you know, fake like lifestyles and this. And I think like, you know, the audience kind of plays along too, like they don't know, like to a degree.
Okay.
Um
Like fake chains.
yeah, yeah. So that's one of the first like casualties of clout is like truth and like what's real, you know? Because sometimes it's just like, oh well, we want to portray a certain thing, like, you know, it's all kind of theater.
Okay.
So like, you know,
Do you feel
the
like
truth behind it, people turn like things like activism into like, you know, just like a hashtag for likes, not really about like the change you want to make and stuff.
yeah,
It
okay.
kills the cause. It kills the real cause of like, you know, it kills the real cause of it.
Do you think that clout culture was do you think the clout culture was potentially pushed through the masses as a way to cancel out, social justice and social action? Like, could this whole clout culture just be a government push to have a way to dampen what could be possible with social media?
Yes. That's it's definitely like, yeah. Cause I would say your first, like I was kind of mentioning earlier, comes that burnout, like the pressure to always post and perform and be funny, you know, or be sad or whatever you are, beautiful, political, whatever your angle is, like on your
Mm,
page or brand or whatever you're doing. Like that grind is gonna break down your brain over time. It's gonna eat away at you, you know?
yeah. You stop
And
really caring
you're
about
not
being beautiful.
yeah. And you're not just like moving and selling this content, you're selling your pieces of yourself kind of. And you are not like yourself is not self is not a renewable resource. I
Mm-hmm.
feel like, you can't just like get more of that. And like that's why I feel like you see people, I don't know, you see influencers like posting all their like breakdowns and crying online because it's not even because they're sad necessarily, it's because they have to stream that sadness. Otherwise, what's the point?
Yeah, or else they got nothing, right?
Yeah.
But is that just them being bad entertainers? You know, like, are we just like letting these people feed us slop? You know what I mean? Like, the attention that some of these people get, is it deserved? Or as the consumer, are we just going, yeah, you know what? Some McDonald's fries, which might be like some shit vlog of like someone having, like someone traveling, you know? It's just like, and they're not doing anything exciting. Like that might be the
I, w-
same.
I think it's both, like yes and no.
Mm.
Like some of these, it's funny how some of these people, they actually like pivoted and like they'll actually make a career out of like what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
And some people become like, have even become like actors, maybe not super famous, but musicians, things like that. Like they got kind of went professional in their, you know. But then other people are just like, I don't know, they get turned into memes or something, like something that did that didn't really work out. It's like,
Yeah, they get lost in the sauce, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
you could be famous for like 6 months and then haunted by it for like 6 years. So that's the liability of it. Like,
Yeah, I'm still waiting for that video of me to come out, you know? Still haunted by it.
oh
What am
man,
I doing? Who knows?
we're canceled. No.
I mean, maybe, maybe.
Hey guys, it's just Dread. No.
We'll see what
Just-
the political climate is when it comes out. I might be
I'm
in a
dead.
safe space. Might be in a safe space. Who knows?
I'm dead. That's funny.
It's just me burning. It doesn't matter. Nothing I say is gonna be funny at the moment.
All right, so what do you think? Let's talk like mental health. Like we're
Mm,
not we're not built, to be stared at 24/7. Like, imagine like I don't know, 1,000 people watching you eat a sandwich. Like that would be weird. I would
mm.
start freaking out.
Yeah. Does that feeling
But
go away? You know? You
the
know,
more
like the
it's weird because I think it because people do crave it. I think if you could rewire your brain to be, to want that. But it's like I said, it's an up and down game with like the clout and like on social media. Like, 1 week it's
Mhm.
like, hey, they're out there getting it. And then the next week they're like, social media is toxic. I'm taking a break.
Okay, I'm gonna
But
ask. Yeah, I'm gonna try and answer your question by asking you a question.
okay.
Do you know those studies where it's like, oh, the more like if you smile, like you'll be happier,
Oh,
or if
right.
you
Yeah.
right,
I know what you mean. Yeah. I've heard of I've definitely heard of those.
right. I feel. I feel like that's the mental state that a lot of people are in with the clout stuff. You know, this misguided energy of going, yeah, I'm gonna smile. Look at me, look at me flashing my Gucci belt at a gas station. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's kind of like but I don't know, is that a negative mental space? You know, saying like I'm gonna keep smiling and that's gonna mean I'm happy.
Yeah, potentially it is because like you're obviously ignoring like something with yourself, you know, because if you're not feeling happy, you shouldn't really be smiling. I mean, there's moments where you play the part for like certain people, but I'm just talking like overall consistently. Like, no, I'm not gonna smile if I don't feel like smiling, or
Right.
like I really don't feel like smiling. You know, that's
Right.
strange in a way. That's like definitely suppressing. You know,
Yeah.
suppressing those feelings.
Like, are you really going to, you know, go like what was that dude that used to like throw himself down flights of stairs on camera? It doesn't matter. You know, I can't remember his name, and we probably don't need to remember his name. But like people would find him in public and they'll go like, "Oh, I'll film you." And he'd just like jump down a flight of stairs and like crumble at the bottom. And it's like you can't keep doing that, right?
Yeah, like, and then the risk of like, I mean, yeah, everyone laughs at like injuries and fails and follows like the fail videos and stuff, but I mean, if it's naturally something that happens, like, yeah, it's funny and stuff sometimes, but like, if you're really doing that, like, he could injure himself, he could have ended up like paralyzed or something, and you know, it's whatever people want to do, but is it worth it? Like, if you really like broke your back doing that, it's like you're gonna really be, and that was all for like likes and views, you know what I mean? Like,
Mhm.
I kind of see it like, okay, like cloud is like a all nighter like you pull in Vegas. You know, at first you're up, you're chilling, you're drinking, you're partying, like there's neon lights, like you're vibing. But then eventually the sun comes out, you know, that hangover is gonna start to hit, and then you realize, you know, you pawn your grandma's wedding ring for some TikTok views. And now, you know, what do you got left? Like, was it worth it? Like, probably not.
Yeah.
Most times the action for the cloud doesn't fit the like consequences that may or may not like, you know, come into play, like legacy or liability kind of thing, you know?
Yeah. Definitely.
Are you remembered for like building something or just, you know, throwing yourself down flights of stairs kind of thing?
Yeah. Do you feel like
So
that there is like a type of clout that is okay to chase? That like that building, that creation clout is something that you should be chasing?
that's a good question because I was just going to ask you a similar question like can you touch clout and live in a way like can you chase clout and still kind of try to get out clean, if you
Yeah.
will. I would say it's possible. It's definitely possible, but I think it's more rare than for people to be able to do it in moderation. It's kind of like, you know, you treat clout like fire, like you get kind of close, you warm your hands, you feel the heat from it, but you don't like build anything with fire or like put anything valuable. I don't know, you know what I mean? Like,
Hmm.
so like I would say use the platform, don't let it use you, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Do you think a lot of these kids that are chasing clout, that's the issue? They're just not smart enough to know how to use the platform, you know? They're just getting pimped out, because they'd be getting pimped out in real life.
Yes, yeah. Um, I think fucking fine. I think people just gotta learn. Well, to answer your question, like I said, yeah, and I think like it's about people learning to not be like it's a waste of time. Like, what does it really bring you? Cloud or like trying to be like famous, like that doesn't really bring you anything. Doesn't bring you like fame doesn't really bring you money necessarily. Sometimes it seems like it comes with it, but you could wake up and be famous but broke. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it doesn't really like
So you'd
give you
rather be
anything for what
rich
it
than
costs.
famous.
Oh yeah. I mean,
Oh yeah.
I would rather have the money and just be off doing my thing. Nobody needs to know my name, who I am. I would take that before I took like the fame and stuff, you know what I mean? Cuz that can even be invasive in its own right. You know, you lose like your privacy, your peace, like you're losing
Yeah,
those things, you
definitely.
know. You're famous, you're trending, but you're broke, you're empty, you don't have like privacy like with your family maybe that you want and like, you know,
Yeah.
you want to own your content instead of like letting it own you.
Do you feel like that's kind of like the sell it, don't smoke it, you
Yeah,
know?
exactly. That's a good little analogy to put on it like
Yeah, that can be hard though. Sometimes you're selling really nice smokable stuff.
well then I would, you know, that's true. I would just say I don't have a problem. No, I would just say moderation though, you know.
Yeah. Did you ever feel like you should like you save the best buds of what you grow for yourself? You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like top colas, stuff like that.
I would. I think you should.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like it was so some plants, only the top cola was what was gonna sell though. You know what I mean? Sometimes you
Yeah.
kind of got like so you gotta throw in the like maybe not your like puff balls, but you're kind of like tiny little popcorners. You gotta throw some really nice stuff on the top of that, so distracts people from the tiny 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 little popcorn buds underneath, you know?
Yeah. Like misdirection.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like that's what a lot of clout is. I feel like a lot of clout is misdirection. Like they'll be kind of like what's that show with all the briefcases, Deal or No Deal. Kind of like how
Oh
Deal or
yeah,
No
okay.
Deal. And there's like this big misdirection with like, oh, we're showing you hot girls, but are they really hot girls or are they just a lot of girls? And is this a lot of money or is this just a lot of briefcases? And like I feel like all of I feel like friend groups they all dress the same now, you know? Like one of their buddies has like some clout with some girls at this school, so all him and his friends are going to dress the same so that they can
Mhm.
kind of like be misdirected by the clout that's coming onto this guy. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like, because I see it with girls too. It's like, oh, it's a group of 5 girls. They're wearing the exact same outfit. I don't know. Maybe fashion's not their thing, but you'd think it is the way that they're caring so much to all match. You know?
Yeah. I mean, that takes, some coordination.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm
But it's kinda like that, like, authenticity is just, like, another outfit online. You put it on when it's trending, you know?
oh, okay.
Like, that's kinda like
Authenticity, huh? Okay. So it authenticity still exists, let's say. Let's say. What do you get for being authentic? Do you get clout for being authentic?
I feel like yes, but it, like, expires, it's kinda like a filter.
Okay, okay.
Like, it wants what it wants, when it wants it, and then it's on to something else, like,
Interesting.
it's about yeah, like,
So
it'll buy you clout only, I feel like, for so long, and then it kind of, like, expires, it's like,
okay, so do you feel like that's a change? Like I feel like authenticity used to like what came with being authentic was almost permanent, you know? Do you think that's something that has happened? That
yeah, I think it is a change, like
would that be a
and
degradation of like social worth? Like clout has led to a degrading of what someone's social worth is?
yes,
Okay.
absolutely.
Okay.
Because one, they use it to determine their self-worth, I'm sorry, and, they're willing to do anything for the clout, even, like you said, degrade your self-worth, so, yeah, it's changed, like, what is, like, acceptable and what is deemed, like, the standard for, a certain threshold or, like, to be famous or, like, to be noticed or relevant, at
Mm.
least online. It's like a parasocial economy, like
Okay.
connection without like commitment kind of thing.
Yeah. Do you think
But
that
that's
there
only gonna
is
last for so long.
very true. Very true. Without the commitment, it's only going to last for so long. Do you think that's something that will change? Do you think there'll be like friendship subscriptions? You know what I mean?
Yes, I that's crazy. I think potentially, yeah, like you don't need real friends when you can have like followers or like um yeah, followers, I guess I would say, or subscribers.
I mean,
And
that's
then it's
sounds like
all it's all it's all just manifested and fake from there through the screen. Cuz like people know like their favorite like influencers, like I don't know, Starbucks order or something, but don't remember like people's birthday in their own family, and like
Yeah.
influencers encourage that shit. They're like, "Hey, bestie," and then they know damn well they wouldn't even help you move out or move your couch or something.
Yeah. Yeah, I really hate the "Hey bestie." I don't know why. I think it's just I know you're not my best friend, so it bugs me.
Yeah, like we aren't even close,
Yeah. Or cousin. Oh, that one drives me insane.
right?
Yeah.
They gotta
But there
cosplay the authenticity.
okay.
They harvest the parasocial love. That's what's happening.
Okay. So do you think we
Obey the
can
algorithm.
do you think escaping the algorithm is the answer then? If you want to like not be like this cattle in a feedlot, like you have to get away from the algorithm because that's the only thing the algorithm knows how to do is turn you into a cattle in a feedlot.
Yeah, that's true. Yes, or like you just have to like touch on it in little instances. Like we're a very free form like show podcast. Like we're not worried about what's trending or when or like, maybe like
Right.
certain things like different world events we feel like should be spoken on, like, but other than that, like we're following our agenda. We're not following any type of like algorithm or trending or like what are other like podcast programs doing. We don't really pay attention to any of that. We have our like layout that we want to follow. So I think that's a good start is like those kind of things. Just stick to your plan, remain free. Don't start converting yourself to what the algorithm says is popping right now or like,
Hmm.
um, trending.
Or just so you don't want to do a little dance in front of a mirror for TikTok?
I don't think anyone really wants to see that. And now I know people are being like, I would love to see that. I know some of you out there are going to be saying, no, it's not happening.
Hey, but you see
I mean,
it,
maybe one day, if if that's what the listeners say they want, then you know what? That's different. That's not the algorithm.
right, right. I
But
don't
I
know,
need to see
bro.
some comments. I want to see an overwhelming amount of comments on this. And then we will consider
I don't know. Shake it for clout.
the Red and Dread flash mob.
Hey, you know what? I haven't done a flash mob in a minute. I
Me
haven't
either.
done one.
Not since like high school. Lit.
Yeah, yeah, they were fun. Hey, you know Kung Fu Hustle?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you know that the Black Hatchet Gang.
Yeah.
That's what we did as a flash mob. It was really fun.
Damn, that's dope.
Yeah, because it's like simple. You just going, back and forth. What a different time, you know? You used to like have like 300 people meeting as strangers to dance when a clock strikes like 3:30, and now like you can hardly get a full concert.
Right? And you guys did it for fun. It wasn't for
Yeah,
clout. It
yeah,
wasn't for
fun. Nobody was making money.
no one was probably even
Nobody.
recording it with their phone.
Yeah, you had like somebody set up there with a camcorder.
Like one person though, like he was the filmer, if something went
Yeah.
wrong, like we're screwed.
Ah, a different time. A different time,
Yeah.
bro. Feel so bad for these kids.
Yeah, this is generation, man.
Yo, imagine going on a date and some girl going, "Yeah, I don't know if you have enough clout to go on a date with me."
I mean, that's probably not unheard of though. I'm telling you, like
Yeah, I have to ask my little brother. I'll have to ask him because like,
some people they feel that way. You gotta have a certain amount of clout, certain amount of stature to be with them type of thing, or like you gotta have certain things. If you don't, like it's the clout checklist, you know? You gotta
Yeezys, check.
some
I don't know.
people
I'm so
it's
out of
about
date.
do you hit the marks? I mean, I kind of feel like it's always been like that to a degree. It's grown more with social media and stuff, but some people it's like, do you hit these certain check marks? Like, and if you don't, then it doesn't matter like who you are necessarily, you know. It's not about like who you are. It's more about what do you have, what do you represent, what can you do for me type of thing.
Yeah, definitely. What a horrible world. What a horrible
I
world.
mean, yeah, there's like some influencers, you know, that it's just, you know, a lot of them it's just constant clout chasing, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah. Like before OnlyFans was a
and
thing, I had a friend that was a cam model, and the things they did for attention, w- crazy, crazy. Like I don't know. I felt like it was a definitely a social virus, you know.
yeah, it's
And
like a current that shame and stuff is like that's part of it, like the rise and fall, you know?
yeah, definitely. What a bum. Do you think there's a way out?
There is, I think there is. You can't let it control you because then that's the main thing. Just can't let it control you because then you're in too deep. Like that's why a lot of these people, like you see a lot of influencers, they end up doing something like on camera that they shouldn't have been doing, or that like you know
Yeah, like
that they
even
get
bro,
them
they're saying
canceled or something.
yeah, they're saying Drewski's over here raping people, and it's
See, and
like,
it's just like
yo, I don't think Drewski's out here raping people.
I mean, I don't feel that way either. I would be really surprised, like, if that was the case. Like, I think I don't, you know, to me, like, I get streaming and all the money they make from streaming, but I'm like, you can't be on camera that much. That's the problem with people watching you.
Yeah,
What's crazy is people got the time to watch that much,
yeah,
but
that is pretty weird. Like, what do you do?
right, like, you don't got nowhere to be, nothing, something else to do, constantly on. You can afford the time to watch this stream 24/7 type thing, but that's crazy. But yeah, you gotta that's what I'm talking about, the moderation. Like people are doing it way too much. And then you end up getting caught up or something happens, you know, like
Yeah, yeah, it does feel like you kind of can't escape being wet in the ocean. You know what I mean?
exact yeah, exactly. That's a good point. Like It's just it comes down to making sure, you disconnect and stop relying on just like being on camera to get you, it's more about what you do than what you're like filming,
Yeah.
and that's why I like the title of the episode, like the death of attention as we know it, the cloud apocalypse, because yeah, for us back in the day, you had to do something for that attention. You earned it more versus than just throwing up a video and going viral,
Hmm.
um, potentially with no for no reason versus like something that really deserves the attention. And it used to be harder to come by.
Yeah.
So yeah, it is. It's really the way we know it is definitely dying. Like,
Yeah. I think this is a good question to end us out on. What's a way that you is the future? What's
that is a good question.
I mean, it's the $1,000,000 question, right? Where is clout going next or coming from next? Is it international audiences? Is it, the breakdown of the language barrier using AI to translate? Hmm. Is it, you know, easy consumable? I don't know what's more consumable than 10-second videos though, you know?
Right? You could just rapidly,
Yeah. I mean,
but like,
clips are already where it's next, right? So what's after clips, you know? I don't know.
I mean, I think in the apocalypse of attention, you got to be okay with being like invisible sometimes. Maybe that's the wrong word,
Mm,
invisible, but like not everything like has to be seen. It costs
yeah.
time, it costs peace. It could even cost you relationships with people potentially, if you're not careful.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah, I'm sure
you know,
there's people we don't want to spend time with because they are cloud chasing, you know?
yeah, I literally know like people that like I know like other people that stream and stuff and like they're just constantly trying to sometimes it's like, yo, just like I'm not always podcasting, like no everything I'm doing. I'm doing what I'm doing and then I'm on to something else, there's time and place, like, build something worth remembering instead of just being so desperate that you're constantly like
Yeah.
you're jumping through these hoops.
It's a weird space to be in, right?
Yeah, definitely a weird space. I don't, I don't, in the long run, you're just going to burn out. And, if your career or legacy or whatever you're doing is like on social media and you have like a brand or something like that, you got to think about what you're being remembered for. What are you building versus doing random things just for clout, chasing this, on a wild goose chase, basically. Like, build things with meaning. Don't just go after what, the next big thing is.
Yeah. What's something you're trying to build with meaning right now?
I would say this. I would say the
Yeah,
our network is one thing, and then, of course you're gonna say that, but yeah, of course I'm gonna say that because not only with what we're doing here, just with our podcast, but the entire Red and Dread network, like um, we're building a platform where other people and creators that have a message that they want to put out there um have a chance to do that, and you don't have to be someone like super famous or popular or have like a million, followers. I think that we come across enough like unique amazing people to be able to deliver that platform to them should they wish to take it and build something really authentic from the ground up, not based on cloud or anything. Um, which and I feel like it's important to give my peers like a chance to express themselves um in whichever way they feel like they could do it best. So yeah, I would really say the network is something I'm trying to build that I want to like potentially leave behind for us as, something that could continue on and grow into real authentic expression of self and, spreading of like, positivity and information and knowledge and yeah, entertainment even.
yeah, a real community.
Yeah, built from
Yeah,
like, like I say, the ground up kind of grassroots, just like everyday people. No one on here is like comes from anything,
yeah,
crazy or well known. So it's all, yeah, we're all just really raw, like real people. Um, which are the best kind of people I feel. And yeah, yeah, just building that platform for them so, we can express who we are and put that out into the world.
yeah, definitely, definitely.
So yeah,
I
it's
think
exciting.
that's what's up.
Yeah. So we got big things on the way, guys. Like I said, continuing to expand and build ourselves out. So multiple projects on the way. Thank you guys for tuning in. This has been the Red and Dread podcast, the Cloud Apocalypse. I'm
Yeah.
Dread. He's Red.
Catch you next time. Yeah.
Thanks for tuning in, guys. Peace.